All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 26 stream here on Twitch. I'm next JGGen24, and today we're going to be grinding out we're going to continue our grind of the Multiplayer 2 program. So if you guys don't recall from yesterday, I had made even more progress in the program, and I got all the way up to 100,000, so that puts me at just 50,000 left. What's up, Poopin? How are you? To finish it, however, I don't believe I'm going to be able to get it done in this drop of missions, mainly because I would have to finish all of them in order to get this program done. And the reality is that I can't get it done. I can't get it done in one with just these missions alone because I need to do this. Tally 5 wins in a single battle royale entry, and I I can't do this. I've only done this once. I've only had 5 wins in one battle royale entry once, and I haven't had it since. That was in MLB The Show 21, I want to say. So it's just, excuse me, it's not possible. At least for me, it's not possible. But with that said, I'm still going to try and make as much progress as I can. Maybe I can get to Anthony Santander, and then, we'll see after that. If I could just get to him, then I can get this. Then I can get this done. I mean, just completing these 2 missions alone will get me to 130. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, asking for 182 total bases is a lot. It's a lot. So, and I just remembered that I need to swap out my squad. Um, Jordan Walker is no longer uh, a good pickup. So, oh, this is the other thing I wanted to show you guys. So I got a chase pack yesterday, and I opened it, and I got Giancarlo Stanton. Well, happy birthday, Hoopin. So I managed to get him, so he's gonna make his debut in as a DH for me. And we'll see how that goes. We'll also be trying to make some changes to this lineup as well. Like if I can find somebody to replace George Brett, that would be great. Um, I need somebody to replace Bobby Witt Jr. I know he's playing up on the day, and well, if you want to do it now, let's do it now. So, oh wait, I need to take Soriano out. He's done. Actually, I didn't really have Satchel Paige really worked wonders for me. Make sure my lineup is exactly where I want it. Or not my lineup, but rather my bullpen. Muncie is also outdated, so we need someone else. Maybe someone like Garrett Anderson. He could replace Kyle Tucker. So Merrill is speed, right? Veritek is the catcher. So I need a power righty. Joe Adell can be that. All right, Hoopin, do you want to set it up or do you want me to set it up? Okay. All right, I just sent you the invite. All right, let's have a good game, Hoopin. That screwball was a little too much screwy. Not good, Satchel. Come on. He pitched way better in the event. But this isn't the event, as evidenced by the fact that Santander literally blasted that one. So that's fun. Strike three, sit down. My fault. Did not mean to hit Jose Altuve there. Strike three, sit down. For a minute there, I didn't think there was a strikeout. I thought maybe it was actually strike two. That's why I hesitated. Strike three, sit down. All right. Well, maybe we can bounce back from a 2-run homer. Oh, you know what was so funny? So last night I was going through the PlayStation store. I was just seeing what kind of deals and games were available. And as I was going through it, I saw a game that I haven't played, or well, I used to play it when I was a kid, and recently got it. It came out in the iPhone or the Apple Store, so I downloaded it onto my phone and everything. But I was shocked to find that Backyard Baseball '97 was on the PlayStation Store. I was like, wow, that's interesting. How would that work? It's only $10, so it's not like I'm breaking the bank on that one. But I really want to. I really want to wait until the new backyard baseball game is supposed to come out, and I think that's going to be in June or July, something like that. But I was thinking about it. I was like, I'd actually like to check this out, but I hesitated. I mean, like I said, $10 is not gonna break the bank for me, but still, like, am I really gonna play this game that for? I don't even know if I'm gonna play it. Like, that's the thing. The only reason I downloaded it on my phone was because as a kid, I never finished a season and won the championship. I never did that. So to do it on my phone, like, I saw what it was, and then I was like, really? That's it? So, but still, it's a nice little flash from the past. And I've seen that in PlayStation games before, or on the PlayStation store, in the PlayStation store before. Like, I've seen all these games that I used to play on the computer as a kid. I saw them pop up in the PlayStation store, and I'm like, you know, it, I'm kind of feeling nostalgic. But I always end up passing because it's like, eh, I could download it on my phone, or I could just watch videos of you on YouTube of them if I really wanted to. But there's no reason for me to be purchasing it on PlayStation. You know, sometimes the nostalgia just makes you do crazy things that you wouldn't otherwise do. Strike three, sit out. Wow, 99 speed for Sean Figgins. How about that? I'm assuming that's the card with the stolen bases, the milestone card, right? I'm assuming that's what it is. I didn't think that would have 99 speed. But okay. Here I am talking about nostalgia and not wanting to play games that I used to play as a kid, and yet just before I came on stream here, I was playing NBA 2K14. But see, the NBA 2K14, I can't get rid of. Like, that's just one of those, because it's a CD, uh, it's a CD copy that I have, so I can't really sell it. No one would take it. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a fantastic game. And I think it's something that, I don't understand why NBA 2K got away from. But we might argue. I mean, I'm only just playing it for the My Career mode. And honestly, like, all the ones that you want to give, if you ever get the old NBA 2Ks, in my opinion, NBA 2K14 is the one you want to have. And what I mean by that is they actually still let you use VC. Not real VC, but they put it as it's still VC as opposed to points when the NBA 2K games go out of style. Or not go out of style, but they're outdated and they shut down the servers. They just turn it into points. But NBA 2K14 still uses VC. So you could still get badges upgraded, strike three, sit down. You could still, use it to purchase stuff. So that, in my opinion, I don't understand why they got away from that. I thought that was a great thing because it still makes me want to play it. I don't want to play NBA 2K15 or 16 because I can only do points. And that doesn't allow me to upgrade badges or anything. Strike three, sit out. Hung that curveball, but luckily didn't hang it enough for Hoopin to take advantage. So, Nostalgia sometimes gets the best of me. But I think you guys understand. Like, we all have those games that we go back to and we play and we have fun with. Because that's what we had fun with when we were kids. Like, I'll still play the old NCAA football games or the old WWE games. Not that I played the old WWE games, but I still have like WWE 2K15, which was the first WWE game that I played. You know, I guess I could say thoroughly. I guess I could say that because I really, I just played it for my career. I know a lot of people didn't like the WWE 2K15 My Career, but I enjoyed it. I just don't like how they do the My Rise every year. Like, I want to be able to win titles. I want to be able to climb rankings. I want to become like a goat for wrestling, but this is just merely play through a story and move on because you've got other game modes to play, like the showcase or whatever the WWE card game is. I forget what they call it. Or the Island or my GM. Don't get me wrong. I have fun with some of those modes, but not all of them. Yeah, it's great. Sometimes I'm surprised by some of the rivalries that I end up making out of them. And I also like the fact that I don't determine the outcome of the rivalry based on playing it or based on a cutscene. Rather, just sim it and just let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. What I also like to do in my GM is I like to take unknown wrestlers and turn them into uh, immortals. I just like doing it because it's so fun to watch them become immortals. And I used to do that when WWE 2K22 came out and they introduced the My GM mode. Like, I would always make sure, because it was only one season, it wasn't multiple seasons. That didn't come until 2020 or 2K23. But 2K22, what I would do is I would sign these talents on and I would just get them really popular. And by the time it was all said and done, they're at WrestleMania winning the title. Because I knew it didn't matter. I knew it was a one and done season. So it was like, why not? Why not do it? I do enjoy the go home shows. I do like some of the additions that they've made to my GM um in 2K25. I don't know what they've done in 2K26. I'm actually just willing to wait that out until it either goes on sale for way less, or it ends up being free. I got underneath that sweeper. Darn it. Like, I just don't want to spend any more money on 2K games. Especially since I know they're going to end up being either free or on sale for an undisclosed amount, you know? I mean, but going back to my career or my rise for a minute, I mean, think about this. In 2K15 and 16, you were tasked with winning championships. Okay? You had to win the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, and then it simmed forward to after 20 years in the WWE, you're retiring and all that. 2K16, I mean, you could go for whatever championship you wanted. It was totally up to you. But compare that to today, like the biggest championship that players were allowed to go after were the Unity championships. The Unity Tag Team Championships. And that was 2K25. Like, what? At least 2K23, they had you hold on to a championship, and they had some championships in there. But I felt like it just took too long to get through the My Rise. It was way too long. But you get my point, right? Like, why did we get away from what is pretty much every wrestler's goal if they enter WWE or any wrestling promotion for that matter? And that is to win a championship. Why did we get away from that? Strike three, sit down. It makes no sense. Maybe 2026 is different. I don't know. I haven't played it. But if it's anything like 2K25, I'm going to be disappointed. Or there's a reason why I'm waiting till it's worth nothing, you know? It's kind of the same way I feel about NBA 2K moving forward. It's like I don't want to play it, or I really don't enjoy it anymore. The last one that I enjoyed was 2K23. That was the last one. And I just like the story with it. Although I will say that 24, I definitely gave it a pretty good shot. Like, I went all the way to the Hall of Fame. Didn't end up being better than Jordan or LeBron or Bryant, but I felt like at that point I was in the Hall of Fame. There was no reason for me to continue playing, so I was pretty much like, okay, you know, I'm done. I can move on. I mean, the shooting stunk in 2K25, and this year just not a really good story. Oh, you're a basketball player from Vermont, and instead of going to college, you go through the UA league, and then you're on to Europe, and you got a crew following you around, documenting every single moment of your journey. It's like snooze fest. So I'm not buying NBA 2K anymore. I'd rather just play the old video games. They're a lot more fun, in my opinion. That, or I'll just save up for, MLB The Show, or, EA Sports College Football, because and Madden too. And I know this may seem weird, but I think moving forward, I'm also gonna just buy the hard copies or the disc copies of games rather than purchasing them through the PlayStation Store and everything. Because I've noticed that my PlayStation keeps heating up, but whenever I play some of my old PS4 games, like I was playing NBA 2K, I noticed that it didn't heat up or it didn't get hot. Almost like there's something wrong with the CD drive. Like if it's not working, then it's burning up the PlayStation, and that could be a problem because that could melt some components in the console that will ultimately make it stop working. And I don't want to have to do exactly what I did in 24, where I had to wait a few weeks before I could actually get it back and get back to streaming MLB The Show. So I don't want to do that again. I could just take it over and have it cleaned, but I try to clean it myself. Sit down. But who knows how long that would take, too. Although, to be fair, this might be the week to get it done. If it only takes a couple days, I could live a couple days without a PlayStation, especially since I'm not really grinding anything important. But if it takes like a couple weeks, then that's a problem. Then it's like, no, I don't. No, I'm not going to do that because we're going to have a big content drop on Friday, and I don't want to miss that. By the way, the Mets are in action tonight. See if they could break their losing streak and not make it 12 in a row. They are going up against the Twins, and the Twins are without Mick Abel. And I think they just activated Juan Soto off the IL. So, but I don't know if they're going to throw him in today. If they do, he better play DH. All right. I would not throw him out in the field, especially coming off of a calf injury. He should just be DHing. Tyrone Taylor can play left field. Not till tomorrow. Oh, all right. That's fine. Yeah, you don't want to take any chances with Soto right now. He's the only one that could really right this ship for the Mets. Because he's the only one that's got power on this team aside from Lindor. Everyone else is just hitting for contact, so... Like I said, no reason to rush him right now. No reason at all. The Mets either get it done themselves or they continue this downward spiral that they're on. Really, Bobby? Yep, it just came up on my phone.
What do you got? Strike two. Ball.
All right. I hope this is not an early sign of what's to come when I decide to grind or when I hop into ranked seasons. Because if this is the case, I might be in trouble. I'm already 7-3, so oh god. Sorry, I keep trying to stretch my legs. They're a bit stiff. It's funny. I want to stretch them because they're so stiff, but I don't want to stretch them because I'm afraid of getting a Charlie horse. And those things hurt like hell. I don't know if you guys have had. I'm sure you've had Charlie horse cramps at some point, but when I went to London back in 2024, Oh my god, I ended up getting two Charlie horse cramps in my legs at the same time, both of my legs. Oh my god, it was the worst pain that I could possibly imagine. I wanted to throw up. It was so bad. I would never ever wish that kind of pain on my worst enemy. Never. But yeah, Charlie horse cramps are not very good. So that's quite a catch 22, huh? You stretch, you don't stretch them, they become stiff. But if you stretch them, then you risk getting a Charlie horse. The worst, the worst time to get a Charlie. Oh, excuse me. I was trying to say that the worst time to get a Charlie horse has to be while you're sleeping. Like that just wakes you up almost immediately. Like you get it, you feel it, and then I scramble to try and make sure that I don't to make sure that I can get up and put some pressure on my leg.
Ball one. Ball two.
It's like you could feel it as soon as it comes on. The worst thing that you could do is continue lying in bed if that were to happen while you're sleeping. That's the worst thing. Strike three, sit down. Like you want to get pressure on the leg as soon as it happens. Because you want to get the blood flowing
Nope.
there.
Ball one. That's in. Ball two.
Strike three, sit down. Ow. I've also had cramps in my feet as well. Like sometimes it feels like my toes are wrapping up against each other. Oh my god, that's terrible pain right there. That's why they don't take it lightly with whenever there are leg injuries in baseball, basketball, like any kind of leg injury, even if it's just a cramp. That can hurt for days.
Ball. Nope. Inside. Ball two. Foul ball. Three.
Okay, no problem. I'm sorry you're not feeling so well, but I hope you feel better.
Ball one.
Did you have to call out of work or anything like that?
That's ball two. Hey!
Awful. Great. Yeah, because I wanted to walk Jose Altuve.
Hey!
Oof. So it's serious. Yeah, I've had those kinds of illnesses before. Strike three, sit down. In fact, I just had it. Well, I wouldn't say I just had it this year, but I was so sick earlier this year um, that I was practically miserable trying to get through get through an overnight shift at work. I don't even know why I bought. Well, actually, I thought I was only coming into it and thought I could take off Friday, but because it was a Thursday evening that it happened, and you guys saw me start to get sick. But I brushed it off, thinking, "Oh, this is only the beginning. I'll be fine." How wrong I was. I was miserable that entire shift. Ooh, we got a flash sale. Flash sale is live in the store right now. Looks like we've got an 88 overall plus 88 plus overall live series card or live series pack. There's also 3 premier packs for the World Baseball Classic, New Threads, and Jackie Robinson Day. There's also a bundle for the Bullpen Bash and a gold live or an 80 overall live series. And then there's also the Super Sweet bundle, which includes chocolate eggs and chocolate bunny packs. So that's all available in the store right now.
Nope. That's ball two. Timeout. That ball got him right there.
All right, well, GG's, Hoopin. I don't know why you would tell me that. Why would you tell me that you were trying to tease me in that last inning? Like I'm just playing for fun. Why are you trying to tease me? Although I will tell you, I was pretty annoyed with you throwing fastball constantly. So I wasn't happy about that. Because in my mind, right, but see, I see that I see that online, and in my mind, when I see a bunch of when I see a player spamming fastball, it says to me that they have no better, that they're just spamming it because they want the strikeouts, or that they don't feel like they could throw the breaking pitches like I try to do with the screwball, the slider. Okay, well, I'm just telling you how it comes across to me. And it's kind of the reason why I hate playing online, because those people just spam that and know that people aren't going to be able to catch up to it. So that's how they try to win games. So I'm not talking about all the time. I'm talking about most of the time. I mean, whatever you play however you want to play. I'm just telling you that it came across as rather a yeah, but I come across it all the time online, so whatever. Do whatever. I know you can throw off speed pitches because you threw quite a few against me. I know you could do it, but you were definitely spamming that fastball a lot, and it just came across to me like you were trying to do that because you knew I wouldn't catch up to it, especially with Paul Skeens, um, Aroldis Chapman, and Mason Miller. Craig Kimbrell, I don't know how his fastball is, but those other three pitchers that I mentioned, yeah, I know they have solid fastballs. In fact, I'm probably playing against the opponent right now who's spamming. I mean, I don't know how many pitches he's thrown of they've thrown of the fastball. I'll have to look when I get back to the menu. That's really on the developers to try and stop. They know this has been going on for a long time. People spamming fastballs online. That's been a thing for a long time. But the developers won't do anything to stop it. No matter how many times people complain about it.
Ball in.
Grayson, what's up? How are you? Strike three, sit down.
Ball.
Ugh. Other than my Mets, I'm doing okay. Oh my gosh. I think everyone's pretty much seen at this point. Yeah, look at Mason Miller. Really giving a good
That's inside.
case for Cy Young. First closing pitcher to do it in a long time. I'm not surprised. He showed plenty of flashes with the Oakland Athletics, and I don't think you guys are really going to miss Leo DeVray. I think you guys will be fine. I mean, you have to figure something out for Xander Bogaerts when he decides to hang up his cleats because he's getting up there. Mason Miller, Upin, I'm sorry. I could not agree with that even if you paid me $1 million. You couldn't. No. Nope. 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 What are you talking about? Do you understand that Mason Miller has a negative FIP right now? Strike three, sit down. Negative FIP. Vesia doesn't even have that. In fact, I would argue that Vesia, prior to Edwin Diaz's injury, he wasn't even the best reliever on the Dodgers.
Ball two.
I don't even think Mason Miller has given up a run this year either. I'm sorry, Hoopin. You're I think that's fine if you want to say that as a Dodger. Hold on 1 second, because I'm about to counter that argument. 1 second, please. I just need to make sure on my what I'm about to say here is accurate. Trying to think. Um, Might have been Kevin Kiermaier. Wasn't there a player on the 2024 Dodgers who literally had one of the worst seasons ever, but yet still got a ring because he was on the Dodgers playoff roster? Might have been Kevin Kiermaier.
Nope. Ball one.
Yeah, it had to be Kiermaier. So you're going to tell me that Kevin Kiermaier is the best outfielder just because he was on the 2024 Dodgers? Just because you wear a ring doesn't mean you're the best player. You could just be on the best team and literally do nothing. So sorry. Try another argument. World Series ring does not mean you're good. It just means that you were on a championship winning team.
That's a ball.
I would argue that Miller has been far better. So you're telling me that 2023 Vesia was good? Because that Vesia had a negative .1 WAR. In other words, he was terrible. I'm sorry, Hoopin, you're not convincing me that Vesia is better than Mason Miller. I'm sorry, you're not. Oh, jeez. Then don't say anything. You know? Like, let's just move on from this conversation because honestly, I don't think you have a winning argument. And say, actually, before we move on from this, because I want to see, I have a feeling that the war is going to tell the entire story. So I think when I looked up Vestia, his war was 0.5, which is pretty good through the month of April. So I'll give him that. Let's see Mason Miller. He's got a 0.8 war. So Mason Miller, and he has an ERA of 0. So he hasn't given up. He hasn't given up a run yet this year. So there you go. But that's it. That's all I have to say. Look, it's not a knock. It's not a knock to say Vesia has been solid this year. The numbers prove that he has. I'm not saying you're that Vesia is the worst pitcher ever. I don't want you to take that away from this conversation. I just want you to see that it's very difficult to prove that Vesia is doing better than Mason Miller. Because the reality is that Miller is doing better. Now, there's a lot of things that can happen from here on out. I mean, injuries can happen. We just saw Edwin Diaz go down with an injury. So Vesia may step up and be the new closer for the Dodgers until Diaz gets back. You know, because he's not going to be available for, I think, 3 months. Well, plus a few weeks to be able to, get back into the groove because he's going to be out for 3 months. So, and maybe Mason Miller gets hurt. Maybe Vesia goes down. I forget who it was. It might have been SB Champ or Dodger. One of them told me that Diaz was going to be out, but I thought it was 15-day IL. That's what I was initially told. And then when I got to the gym, I saw the report and it said Diaz out for months. And I was like, oh, okay. It was. Now it's a 60-day IL. Even more. Plus, like I said, he's going to, when he does come back, he's going to have to do some rehab games, which is probably going to take like a couple weeks. Make sure he gets back up to where they want him to be. There we go. Base hit. Thank you, Cody. Still early, guys. Never know what can happen. I mean, I didn't think I would see my Mets go on an 11-game losing streak, possibly 12 if they lose tonight. Oh God, they're throwing out Senga on Wednesday. Was that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Oh God, still gonna try this. Still gonna try it with. Still gonna try it with Senga. I'm at a loss for words. But there's McLean and there's Holmes tonight and tomorrow night, so maybe something. Why do you want Mookie back? Strike three, sit down. He's only had a .2 WAR this year. In fact, his batting average is well below the Mendoza line. He's only had 5 hits in nearly 30 at bats. That's 1 hit every single in 6 at bats on average. That's like Mets level bad. That's me playing ranked seasons online bad. Where I only have 1 hit. And that was a bloop single.
On one.
Oh, jeez. Come on. What do I need to do? Be more patient? Honestly, Muncie may get an April spotlight card. He probably will if he hasn't already.
That's a ball.
I think we all knew he had power. I think it's just it took him a long time to figure out how to use that power. What is Miller and Vessia's walkouts? Well, Hoopin, some of the walkouts, a lot of pitchers say their walkout songs get them pumped up, get them ready, get them energized, get them in the groove to be able to do walkouts. I mean, or not do walkouts, but be able to get saves. Like Mariano Rivera loved walking out to enter Sandman. Edwin Diaz with the trumpets. Eric Gagne, I think, had Welcome to the Jungle. Trevor Hoffman, I believe his was Hell's Bells. I tried to hold up there. I couldn't. Being rude? Wait, what are you being rude about? I haven't heard you be rude. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. We all can have opinions, Hoopin. It's sports. This is the thing that I've learned from my time in sports radio, sports talk radio. Okay? The important thing is when you make a statement or you make an argument, you have something to back it up. No. People don't take it personal. We knew that you were basing it by off of your own opinion, albeit, you know, I don't think it was necessarily right, but I understand you made it as a Dodgers fan, and that's fine. You can say that the Dodgers are a better team than the Padres. And you have 2 World Series to back it up. No one said here that Vesia was a bad pitcher. I don't think it's too early. Mason Miller is definitely a great closer. He's had a number of he's been in the closer role for the A's and the Padres. He is a solid reliever, a solid closer. And who knows what can happen? I mean, Miller could go down with an injury, and then Vesia steps up in Diaz's absence, and all of a sudden, now, months from now, we're having a different conversation. Things can change. It's a long season. But I will tell you, you were not going to convince me that Vesia is a better reliever than. So what? I take it this, or I would say this. There's a reason why there are 26 guys on an MLB roster every single day. If one guy goes down, it's next man up. Simple as that. That's not just a baseball thing, it's a sports thing. Okay? A player goes down with an injury in the NFL, guess what? The guy second on the depth chart has to step up. That's part of sports. Injuries happen all the time. If they didn't believe me, there'd be a lot of guys who would be unemployed. So the way I see it, it's next man up. Well, that's definitely a boost for the Dodgers to get Snell back. What's up, Bubbles? How are ya? Better than Blake Snell? Okay. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. I don't think it's I don't think it's a good one, but that is your opinion. It doesn't sound like I'm going to change your opinion on it. So, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't feel 30 when I turned 30. So, all right, GG's to my opponent. That's really embarrassing that all I could get was one hit. And that was off of Cody Bellinger. So, now I go down below 400. I got to do it again. Tonight, McLean. And then tomorrow is Clay Holmes. And then Thursday is Kodai Senga. Mm, I don't know. Usually, when the Mets have good pitching, it means they're not going to have good offense. So we'll have to wait and see. Not tonight. SB Champ said that in the stream earlier. He said that Soto's going to be back tomorrow. Yep, playing it last night. That's like my. That's kind of. I like to change it up every now and then. Just kind of play something different. Although I'm bored with it because I already have all the trophies. I know what to do. It's just very boring. Yay, I get a win. All right, we're playing at Target Field.
Nope. Ball one.
There we go. Nice base hit by Bobby Witt Jr. Wait, didn't the Rockies win the series? Thought they were saying they won the series. This is like their first series win against the Dodgers since 2022 or something like that. Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know what that all that talk was about. Well, it's not so much what I saw on the internet, but what I heard from commentators. So are you saying the commentators lied? I mean, I don't know. You're the Dodgers fan, so you tell me. I only heard it. Okay. maybe I heard it on Saturday after they won that game. So, or I don't know. I know I heard it, so it's fine. And clearly, what I heard was wrong, or it was a little outdated. Of course, I'm wrong. You kidding me?
Ball. That pitch is out.
Yeah, George Brett is not. He is not going to play first base for me moving forward.
That's a ball.
When did you play it?
Ball.
The game NBA 2K came out like almost 13 years ago. You would have been like 7 or 8 at the time that it came out. When did you used to play it though? Because again, I when you when the game came out, that was 13 years ago. You had to be 7 at the time it came out. So you were playing it at 7 years old? Strike 3, sit down. I didn't really start playing video games regularly until I was probably 8 or 9.
That's a ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Attaboy Bellinger. Singles may not amount to much, but you get enough of them, or you string enough of them together, and they can really be something. Well, all I can tell you is that if you miss NBA 2K14 that badly, I think you have a PlayStation 5. Go to an old video game store, like in my a few miles away from me, probably like 10 mile. No, not even 10 minutes away from me. There's a video game store called Level One Games, and they have all the old video games going as far back as PC. Even further back than that, probably the with the Nintendo or with the GameCube. But go to that store, see if they have NBA 2K14 for you. If they do, buy it. Buy it for PlayStation 4, though. I wouldn't recommend PlayStation 3.
That's ball two.
See, like my opponent here, going back to what I was saying earlier, my opponent is just spamming fastball until finally he threw a curveball that hung. Or not he, but rather they threw not a curveball, a circle change that hung
Nope. That's it.
over the middle. Now they're going to go back to throwing fastballs with Seth Hernandez. And that's the one thing I can't stand online. It's people who feel like they need to throw fastballs in order to get strikeouts or outs. See? Nothing I was going to be able to do with that other than best case scenario, foul it off.
Oh,
And yeah, I tend to throw the fastball every now and then, but I really try to get more pitches involved so that I can keep my opponent honest.
ball one.
That's going to be at least a double, probably a triple. Nice. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ball. That's out.
See? Now, as a player, I can appreciate my opponent throwing multiple other pitches, off speed pitches, because it shows, hey, trying to do other stuff. And it can fool me. Circle change fooled me. The slider fooled me. Don't have to throw a fastball all the time. Should have let that one go. I wasn't really going anywhere. I was Bobby Witt Jr. I'd rather, or not Bobby Witt Jr., I'm sorry, Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, why would I try to steal home when I know a deep fly, when I know a fly ball can easily get me the run?
Ball. Ball two.
Strike three, sit down. What I really need are the strikeouts. That's what I need.
Ball. That's in. Ball two. Outside. That's a ball.
Come on. There we go.
Ball one. What do you
No,
got?
I didn't. Thank you.
Ball three. Ball four.
All right, I'll take a walk. It's not gonna. I don't think it adds to a total base, but gets a runner on. And what do I do immediately?
Out.
Ground into a double play. What's up, cheater? How are ya? I saw that they came back and beat the Knicks by one to tie it at one. I saw the result, but I didn't really watch the game. I have no interest in the NBA playoffs. I don't care. Whoever wins the championship, good for them. You know, at the end of the day, my Nets are still going to suck.
No, that's foul. Nope. Ball four.
Well, what can I say? No, they won't. They won't. Because they can't stop repeating the same mistakes of the past. They can't. So when's Atlanta gonna get their glory?
Ball.
Because I haven't seen them win a NBA championship.
Ball two.
Not even sure the last time they were in the NBA finals. That's it? That was their glory? Some glory. Strike three, sit down. I guess we'll see how they do against the Knicks. It's just crazy to me to see the Charlotte Bobcats the Charlotte Bobcats in the NBA playoffs. Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Ball.
Sorry. That just shows you how old I am. I thought they were. I thought they were in the play-in tournament or whatever. Okay, well that still counts in my mind. Strike three, sit down. They could say they were in the postseason more recently than the Nets were. Nets haven't been in it since 2021. Of course, I think Jordan might be a little bit more focused on his uh, NASCAR team right now since his driver, Tyler Reddick, has won like 5 races. Why doesn't the MLB do 100? I don't know. I guess they felt like 162 was enough. Game 163 is usually to determine a playoff spot. Jordan sold a lot of his ownership in the Hornets. Really, did not know that. I knew he owned the Hornets. I knew he did. Yeah, his NASCAR team. Yeah, absolutely. You kidding?
Ball two.
I just said his one driver has won five races this year, including this past one on Sunday. Tyler Reddick.
Three.
Still 5 wins, and the season. How many races are we in? I mean, not really, but none of the NASCAR teams make money. That's what the whole lawsuit was about this past year, or this past off season for NASCAR. None of the teams were making money because NASCAR was taking it all. There was no, there were no, there was no money to be made. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So his driver has won 5 out of 9 races so far this year. More than half. Only 3 drivers have gotten off to as hot of a start as Tyler Reddick has, and all 3 are NASCAR Hall of Famers. Dale Earnhardt was the most recent one. Even some of the most successful teams in NASCAR, like Joe Gibbs Racing and Hendrick Motorsports, even some of their executives have admitted that they don't make any money. Again, that's what this whole antitrust lawsuit was launched by Jordan's team and Front Row Motorsports. They were accusing NASCAR of being of antitrust of trust practices. So they filed an antitrust lawsuit and won. They won. I don't know if they're making money this year because we'll have to wait to see what the reports come out to be. But let's see if the teams actually make money.
Timeout. That got him.
It's very sad. It's very sad how that has gone about. Oh,
Ball one.
that's gone? That's gone. Will Smith with the home run. I'll have to look at that later. Cody Bellinger with yet another hit.
That's ball two. That's ball three.
Tatis might be a foul ball. Nope, it's actually right at the wall. Just didn't have enough power underneath it. Dang. That looked like it could have gotten out, but I was just under it. And Arenado is just going to ground into a double play here. So Arenado has to go too. I've been wanting to swap him out for a while now. Because I really liked how Chris Bryant played for me in in the event. Now, granted, that was when a lot of the a lot of the pitchers were tired, but still, he played well enough that I think he could have been he could be a good third baseman for me.
Nope, that's foul. Ball that's outside.
Strike three, sit down. Why did I chase that splitter? Good timing, just way underneath it. Probably lucky that I fouled it off. Mm. Griffin Jacks. All right. Darn it. Well, that was a hard fought battle. Let's see, anything interesting going on Twitter or X? Predict? I'm not predicting anything. There we go. A nice double by Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ball that's inside.
Ah. I don't understand that, but okay.
Ah! Hey!
Bunt dancing while down, or fake bunting while being down 3-0 is a choice. Strike 3, sit down.
Nope, that's inside.
Mm. Oh, never mind. It's actually Christian Scott will be starting for the Mets on Thursday. It will not be Kodai Senga.
Nope, outside.
I might be pushing it with Verlander. Strike 3, sit down. That graphic kind of just said exactly why I'm keeping Verlander in the game.
No, he's out. Three.
Strike 3, sit down. I'll take strikeouts however I can get them.
Ball, that's upstairs.
No, that's going to get caught. What did I do? Just get underneath it? Is that why? No, just, I guess, late. Bad timing?
Aye.
Squared it up right at the right fielder. I don't know. Should I push it with Verlander? Continue to push it?
Inside, ball one.
Ball four. All right. And he gets it. Wow. I thought for sure that was going to be a base hit, possibly even an extra base hit. And that's a double play, and there we have it. For the first time ever, I've thrown a no-hitter online. Never been really good enough or lucky enough to be able to do that. So that's pretty cool. But great job overall by my team. 3 runs, 9 hits. GG's to my opponent. Sorry I had to no-hit him. But what are you going to do? Something like that happens. I obviously want to keep it going. I saw that we got a pack here, or at least one pack. It's actually 3. Okay, Logan Allen. Sell him for 38. We're going to keep Eaton and Kafis. Quick sell him. And quick sell that. Sandy Alcantara. Sell him for 94. James McCann will keep. Baez, we'll sell him for 20. Quick sell and quick sell. Ooh. Evan Carter will keep. Quick sell. Quick sell. Keep. Quick sell. All right, so we got a couple new live series guys. Good with Boston. Where is he? Oh, there he is. So 300 steps right there. Oh, there were multiple. Oh, Kafis. Oh, that's right. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Evan Carter. There is somebody? Huh. Okay. Just make sure. Okay. For the Brewers. Oh, Perkins. That's right. Perkins. But I thought I had one more. No? Well, actually, I can buy all the cards that I need in order to finish out the Brewers collection and still make a profit. Ryan Braun. All right. Sal Stewart. Some of these cards are cards that I collected when I opened up packs last night. So Alrighty. Good. Very good. Oh, right. There was one other card that I picked up, and there it is. Oh, nope, that's not it. Where is it? I know which card it is. Here it is. Miguel Garcia, not the 94 overall one, but the 87 overall one. So, yeah, another one for me to add to my collection. Oh, and speaking of which, forgot to go to not the marketplace, the shop. So the 88 plus overall live series card that'll cost you 50,000. The super sweet bundle that'll cost you 35,000. The collector's delight that's going to cost you 45,000, and then the premier pack, the premier bundle is going to cost you 55,000. So if you're interested, that's available. But I am not interested. In fact, the only thing I'm interested in is seeing my progress. Total bases, we're at 235, so I got 17 so far. And then strikeouts, I'm only 10 away. 10 away, and I'll get a premier choice pack as well as oh well, no, I would fall short of Santander. That's a shame. Let me see. Do I have time? Do I have time? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. And whatever happens, happens. If I could get 10 strikeouts, great. If not, it is what it is. Always save it for tomorrow.
Go, go, go.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. I was watching a video of my sister taking her daughter to some kind of indoor playground or whatever because they were sliding down a slide. And first video she sent was of her pushing her daughter, my niece, face first down the slide. And I, I I'm sorry not to criticize parenting here, but I would never. No, just no. I would never do that. The second video I was more okay with because at least my sister went down with my niece. They slid together. Like that's what I would have preferred happen. And not what I saw in the first video. Because that was scary to watch.
Ball four. Take your bait.
I suppose when I have a child of my own, I can raise them however I want. I shouldn't really be too critical of the way that my sister raises my her daughter.
Ball.
Oh, wow. My opponent has Manny, which means they have Shohei. Let the sinker high. Yes. What? Come on. That should have been a strike. He went.
Aye.
Oh boy. This might be another one of those games. John Donaldson. All right. All right. Feel better, SP champ.
Ball, that's in.
You're welcome. What the heck was I swinging at? Oh boy. This might end up being a disaster. Oh, well, thanks. Too bad now it doesn't mean anything other than it got me 15 strikeouts, or it got me enough strikeouts that I'm only 10 away now from finishing up that mission. Still need total bases, though.
What do you got?
Ah, hung that sweeper. I hung it and I knew it.
Outside, that's a ball.
I might end up getting mercy ruled in this. For somebody who no doubt has Shohei Ohtani, I'm kind of surprised they're not using Pujols or Tulowitzki. Maybe they don't have. Those guys yet.
Ball two.
Strike three, sit down. Okay, at least there's one. At least I finally got one. Only just 9 more to go.
Ball, that's low.
All 4 outs have been strikeouts. Wow, that's not good. Make it 5 strikeouts. Jeez Louise. This isn't even the hardest Donaldson.
Ball one.
Oh my god. What Donaldson is doing to my lineup right now is what I had hoped that Cease would have done to my opponent's lineup. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey. Ball, that's high.
Dang. Adam, but uh, my opponent swung and made contact. I need those strikeouts. But I also need to try and win this game. Of course, that starts with not chasing pitches. There we go. There's a base hit. That's a good place to start. Yep, that's what I was afraid would happen. It's a good thing it wasn't a double play, but still.
Ball, that's in. Aye.
Nice catch. According to Buster Olney, opposing teams are attacking the Mets aggressively with little fear. New York ranks less in OPS against fastballs. Evaluators around the league view the defense as a weakness. If Carlos Mendoza is dismissed, Carlos Beltran would be next in line. The Bo Bichette signing was driven by Steve Cohen, not David Stearns. Probably, I would have guessed that Steve wanted Bo after missing out on um, Kyle Tucker. There you go, Giancarlo. That fastball probably caught too much of the plate. Too much of the zone, rather. So, yeah, as far as, Carlos Beltran being the next manager, that doesn't surprise me because I think a lot of people were saying it would be Beltran if Mendoza is gone. Um, Surprised about the OPS against fastballs. I feel like that's an analytics thing. Um, yeah, and I'm also not surprised at at the people saying that the Mets defense is a weakness. I mean, they've been playing a lot of players out of position.
Nope. That's
I
in.
don't know how exactly how that playing them out of position puts them give prevents runs. Maybe Stearns was really talking about the Mets. But whatever. Whatever. Um yeah, that was just a show that Buster Olney did on ESPN New York, or they must have called him. They must have had him as a guest.
Inside Ball one.
But I'm not surprised at what's being said there. Let's see. Anything else?
Ball inside.
Wow. Okay, is anyone other than Giancarlo Stanton going to hit for me? Trying to see if there's anything else. Really don't want to stream for much longer, so my hope is that, I can get this game, we can keep this game going. Doesn't look like I'm going to get 10 strikeouts. I don't think that's going to happen. It's ranked seasons. You never know what's going to happen. You know, 1 minute, 1 day you could have a seven game win streak. The next you could be blown out through mercy rule, and then you could throw a no hitter, and then you'll just end up in one of these games. So, ranked seasons is very up and down. Just gotta ride the tide, so to speak.
Ball one. Ball. That's inside.
All right, at least that's gonna be a foul ball. Oh gosh. Uh, this is not helpful. Oh no. Yeah, this will definitely be Cease's last inning. Oh, they released the lineup. What? Semien leading off with Lindor second, Robert third, Bichette fourth, Melendez DHing, Alvarez, Beatty, Vientos, Benj. Oh my God. Semien has been batting in the lower third for the entire season, and now Mendoza's going to be like, you know what? We'll throw him at the top of the lineup. On what grounds?
No, he's safe.
What grounds, please? He's batting 234. 234. Does that sound like a freaking leadoff hitter to you? Granted, he's hit 4 out of the last 5 games,
Got hit. First base.
and granted, 2 of those games were multi-hits, but still. Oh my God, this is Semien leadoff. I don't believe that.
Ball. Down. Ball two.
Okay, well, I guess worst comes to worst.
Foul. That ball's foul.
He fails, and we move on with our lives. All right, let's throw in Munoz.
Ball one.
Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. All right, can I finish this game in 13 minutes?
That's a ball.
I mean, if my opponent can score 3 more runs, then yeah, I should be able to. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Come on. Dang it. Of course, that leads to a base hit. Uh-oh. Let me see.
Hey.
Jeez Louise. Not one of my best games. Follow this under the please do not remember section.
That's ball two.
Somehow that wasn't a strike. Somehow.
That's a ball. That ball's foul.
That would have been great if that had stayed fair.
Ball. Off the plate, ball one. Nope, that's a ball.
How is that not a strike? Oh my god, if ABS was available, I'd challenge that. Well, I hope I'm at least helping my opponent in the multiplayer program, because I know 400 total bases is a lot, so I know all these hits are helping out. Also scoring runs, too. And the home runs. Well, I think there was only one. What's up, Dodger? All right, nice. Some wings. Boneless or bone?
That's off the plate. Ball two.
I prefer boneless, but that's just me. Strike three, sit down. Finally, another strikeout.
Ball. That's outside.
Munoz is definitely not. Well, I really don't eat boneless wings all that much. But I prefer the honey barbecue boneless wings.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Also, if they have like a sweet and sour one, ooh, I love those. Honestly, Munoz may not even get out of this inning. Yeah, let's just get someone in here so that they can we can get this over with. Try to get this final out. There was just no way Munoz was gonna survive. It should have taken him out. Hot honey rub and garlic. Oh, so like it's sweet and spicy essentially. Oh, just hot honey. All right. All right, here we go. If we don't score 2 runs, we're done for. All right, down to the last out here. I mean, how many hits did I have? 3? 3. And I know one of them was Giancarlo Stanton. Rip, man, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, you never really know with those. I'd like some new diamonds. Like I didn't like pulling Hunter Brown and Blake Snell again, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. If this is ever gonna, thank you. Okay, that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTV Next JGGen 24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start a stream. So, I mean, not a lot of progress was made. In fact, I don't think any progress was made. We're still going to work on the strikeouts. We did get a couple, so we only need 8 more, so that'll help. What I'm thinking is maybe at some point I have to get into Battle Royale. I have to. So maybe I head into Battle Royale tomorrow instead of ranked seasons. Just to get started on some of those missions. That's just a thought. So just change it up. Maybe going to Battle Royale will be good for me. We'll have to wait and see. But I hope I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.